Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel MotorVibe_110. The return of the Saab Sonett II in the 2026 model year is something few could have predicted, yet many automotive purists silently hoped for. Born out of Scandinavian engineering brilliance, the Sonett II was once a secret weapon in the world of lightweight sports cars, and now in 2026, it has returned as a sleek, aggressive, and modern machine that retains the unique character of its original form while injecting a dose of future-driven performance and minimalist Nordic design. The 2026 Saab Sonett II is unlike anything else on the road because it refuses to follow the crowd. Instead, it carves its own lane with bold intentions and razor-sharp identity. This is a vehicle that exists not to blend in but to stand apart. You won't mistake it for anything else because Saab didn't resurrect the Sonett to play the numbers game. It brought it back to make a statement. And that statement begins the moment you lay eyes on it. It's long, low, and impossibly lean. The silhouette is unapologetically coupe-like with a sweeping roofline that dips into a tight rear deck. The front fascia is purposeful, with a narrow, jet-inspired grille flanked by laser-thin LED headlamps that feature an intricate, snowflake-like lighting signature, an homage to Saab's aviation roots and Nordic homeland. The bonnet features sculpted aero channels that direct air over the roof into the rear spoiler, improving high-speed stability and efficiency. The side profile is aggressively clean. Flush door handles, carbon fiber side skirts, and a dramatic air intake just ahead of the rear fender add tension and athleticism. The rear of the Sonett II is all about drama. A light blade stretches the full width of the tail, gently curving upward at the ends. Just below, a sculpted diffuser integrates twin hexagonal exhaust ports for the gas-powered variant or a polished aero panel for the electric version. The retractable spoiler adjusts in real time based on speed and brake force, providing downforce when you need it and grace when you don't. The body is made of carbon composite over an aluminum magnesium space frame, keeping the car feather light yet incredibly rigid. It weighs just 2,700 pounds in its ICE configuration and 3,200 pounds as an EV, both shockingly low figures in today's performance segment. It's compact, nimble, and ready to tear up backroads or twist through city alleys with equal precision. Inside the 2026 Saab Sonett II, form meets function in the most Swedish of ways. Everything feels intentional. The cabin is minimalistic yet full of tactile warmth. The dashboard is low-slung and stretches seamlessly into the doors, trimmed in matte birchwood or forged aluminum depending on your trim level. A floating center console divides the cockpit with a wraparound feel that draws the driver in. The steering wheel is a 3-spoke flat-bottom design, stitched in charcoal Alcantara, with backlit Saab emblem in the center and haptic controls subtly integrated along the edges. Behind it sits a 12.9-inch digital cluster with customizable layouts, from retro-inspired analog dials to futuristic flight deck-style readouts. A heads-up display projects your speed, nav, and G-forces directly into your field of vision. The center stack features a crystal-clear 11-inch touchscreen running Saab's proprietary SCARM-free OS, designed with zero latency and a unique tile-based layout for multitasking. Voice control is intuitive and conversational, while wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and AI-driven navigation are standard. Over-the-air updates keep your system as fresh as the design. The seats are deeply bolstered but not overwhelming. Designed for grand touring comfort as much as track-ready grip, they're upholstered in either eco-suede or sustainably sourced Scandinavian leather with contrast stitching in icy blue or fire orange. Saab's commitment to sustainability is apparent throughout the interior: natural fiber composites in the panels, recycled plastics in the trim, and vegan alternatives available in every package. But where this car truly thrills is behind the wheel. The 2026 Sonett II is available with two powertrains, a 2.0-liter twin-scrolled turbocharged inline-4 producing 312 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque mated to a 6-speed manual or 8-speed dual-clutch automatic, and a dual-motor electric variant dubbed the Sonett II-E pushing out 420 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque with all-wheel drive. Both versions rocket from 0 to 60 in under 4.5 seconds, with the electric variant doing it in just 3.8 seconds. But this car is more than just straight-line speed. The handling is razor-sharp. The suspension is a fully adaptive magnetic ride system that reads the road surface every 5 milliseconds, adjusting damping instantly to keep the body flat through corners but compliant on rough tarmac. The steering feel is hydraulic in the gas model, electric but heavily weighted in the EV, and both offer sublime feedback with minimal filter. You feel the surface. You hear the tires. You become part of the car. The chassis is perfectly balanced with a near 50-50 weight distribution, and torque vectoring in the electric model makes you feel like you're driving a machine that predicts your moves before you make them. Saab even gives you the ability to adjust the character of the car with drive modes like Fjell, Snow, Skardert Cruise, and Raw Attack, each tuning the throttle response, suspension, and steering to the environment. The exhaust note of the Turbo 4 is throaty but controlled, with pops and crackles on overrun that feel natural, not programmed. In the EV, you get an augmented soundscape inspired by Saab's aero heritage, a turbine-like whir that builds with speed and sends a chill down your spine. Safety hasn't been forgotten. The Sonett II comes equipped with Saab's IntelliShield suite, including blind spot assist, front cross traffic alert, predictive collision avoidance, and a semi-autonomous drive mode for highway cruising. There's also facial recognition for starting the car, remote access through a smart app, and an in-car drone that can deploy for overhead parking views. The electric version offers a 90 kWh battery good for 325 miles of range, with 800 volts architecture allowing for 10 to 80% charge in just 18 minutes. Regenerative braking is adjustable via paddles, and you can even set the car for one-pedal driving. The gas model, thanks to its lightweight and turbo efficiency, returns 36 mpg combined, another example of Saab's dedication to efficiency without compromise. Available in stunning colors like Glacier Silver, Nordic Blue, Ember Red, and Matte Jet Black, the Sonett II also offers limited run heritage editions in the original 60s color schemes: Monte Carlo Yellow, Racing Green, and Polar White. Each one wears a commemorative badge on the dashboard, hand-numbered and signed by the design lead. Even the wheels are special, 19-inch forged alloys with Saab's signature tri-spoke pattern, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport EV or PS5 tires depending on trim. Cargo space is modest but usable. You get a front trunk in the EV, a deep cargo well in the rear of the ICE version, and enough room for a couple weekend bags or a golf set. But let's be honest, no one's buying this car for cargo. They're buying it for character. For design. For the thrill. For the badge that means something more than status. It means rebellion, intelligence, individuality. The 2026 Saab Sonett II doesn't scream for attention. It earns it. It's the kind of car you find yourself walking away from slowly, only to turn back for one last look. It's the kind of car that makes your heartbeat sync with the RPMs. It's the kind of car that doesn't just take you places, it brings you alive. In a world where cars are becoming more like rolling computers, the Sonett II reminds us that they can still be soulful, passionate machines. Whether you choose the analog thrill of the Turbo 4 or the electric surge of the Sonett IIe, you're stepping into a rarefied air. This isn't mass production. This isn't compromise. This is Saab being Saab. Intelligent performance wrapped in unmistakable design. A car that remembers where it came from but refuses to live in the past. It's sculpted. It's sharp. It's unapologetically different. And it's back for those who never stopped believing. The 2026 Saab Sonett II is more than a return. It's a renaissance. Welcome back, legend. We've been waiting.